Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. How's it going, YouTube and Twitch? We're going live with stream number 5 of the Minecraft PS3 Survival Series. If you want to see more like this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notifications. Don't forget to join me on my socials. Those are linked down below. And don't forget, you can also support the channel further by becoming a channel member from as little as 99 pence per month. If you're watching this on Twitch, don't forget to follow. Let's get into this. Right, so we left off last time after being in the big cave. It's been about a week since I last played this. So let's sort of figure out where we are, what we're doing, and then go from there. Oh yeah, I remember now, I was herding cows in the last one, so I do need to sort out my inventory because I didn't do that after the last stream, so let's go ahead and do that. Stick flowers in here, I guess. There's no reason not to. Mob drops go in here, so we've got rotten flesh. I can add in sacks into there because it's still a mob drop. Arrows, bones. Getting a somewhat okay collection of those, which is quite nice. We've got more cobblestone stairs. I'm going to keep those for now because I'm probably going to use them later. We've got some more cobblestone right there. Add tools over here, so I've got them. My map. We've got sugarcane. We've got a mushroom. What's this? That's just tools and stuff. We've got a bucket in there as well, which is nice. I'm honestly tempted at this point to start heading into the nether because there's no reason not to. Not that I can think of. But to be quite honest, there's no real point going there other than any blaze rods. So, and as far as I know, I'm not going to need them for a while yet. So may as well just sort of dip and do what we need to do for the time being. I do need more torches, actually. I need more wood soon as well, because I'm running a bit low on stock, which is fine. It's always fine, I guess. And it is what it is. I've also updated my YouTube layouts. Now, even in a HD game, you can see the whole screen. It is a bit small, but of course it's vertical, so there's not much I can do about that. I want to see what it looks like on my phone, actually. Whilst I'm thinking about it. Because I may as well do it whilst I'm thinking about it. Channel. I think it looks alright, actually. It looks like it's decent quality for mobile, which is quite nice. Whole chat's visible, which is good. You can partially see me below the on-screen chat, but that kind of is what it is. No, quality-wise, looks fine. Sweet. That's all right, then. Okay. See, the reason I held back on doing that was because I didn't think it would look okay. Like, I just thought it would look a bit too small, but no, it seems to be looking right, so I can't moan about that, which is good. Don't forget, if you are watching the stream on YouTube, to like the stream by double tapping that screen. We're on 3 likes. Can we get to 5? Also, feel free to chat if you're on any platform as well. I will chat with any viewer. Right, we're going to start off. We're going to go and get some wood. Unlike with the last stream series of this, well, the last set of streams for this, I'm actually using a PS3 controller. I do have one. I just couldn't find it. So now I've got it. So we're using that now because the PS4 controller works okay, but it still had issues with running. And then a couple of other buttons just didn't work correctly. Although I have not used a PS3 controller in some time. Because typically when I'm playing on the PS3, which is, to be fair, isn't that often, I do use a PS5 controller because this is the first game I've seen so far on a PS3 that just does not like a PS5 controller in the slightest. I'm assuming it's because PS5 controllers use Hall effect joysticks. And of course, this version of the game was not programmed with them in mind. So because of that, it just has a few compatibility issues as it pertains to the controls. Again, kind of is what it is. But if you own a PS3 controller, which to be fair, most people that are playing on a PS3, which is granted not many nowadays, are probably still using PS3 controls. So I've just got to get used to them again. But PS3s had a tendency to use, I can't remember the type of joystick. It's like the old analog type. For the life of me, I can't remember what they're called. But basically speaking, they're not great in the long run. Although I will say this much, I never had a PS3 controller that got drift. So there is that. On the other hand, I've got a PS5 controller that has drift. I've got multiple Xbox controllers that have drift. My Switch 1 Pro controller has drift. So, you know, I guess that's tantamount to the quality of PS3 controller sticks, which is actually decent. I'm not going to lie. Actually pretty good. Right, that should be enough wood for the time being. I've got some more saplings, which is good. I can use those to make some more trees on my side, which is fantastic. My sugarcane needs farming, which is good. I need to breed my cows, actually, because it's the start of a new day, so that's fine. I can do that. I also probably at some point need to extend my cow farm because it is a bit too small. So I'm going to need to do that at some point, but it's not essential right now. Like, the cows should stay in their thing, which is nice. So, if I grab out some wheat, 11 should be enough for the time being. I've got to harvest again at some point soon anyway, so that's fine. This looks like it needs harvesting somewhat soon. I'm going to wait for more of it to finish, though. I'm going to avoid the stairs entirely. Pop that in there, pop that there. Okay, so that's going to breed a few of them at least. The thing is, like, cows are the most important animal in my opinion because you get leather from them, and the leather you use to make books. Of course, sugarcane, which I need to actually harvest, you use for paper, so I can make books, so then I can build them around an enchanting table. Of course, I don't think the village that's near me has any houses with books. I do need to check that, because if there is a library, then I could use that to get some books as well. But I don't remember seeing it, or seeing one in there when I first went into there, so I'm not too sure if it does. But again, something I can check on. So that's alright. Gives me something to do. Good. Thank you. Right, okay. So sugarcane goes in here. I've got... Oh, exactly a full stack. Quite nice. That's not too bad. Should have just planted a tree whilst I was up there, but oh well. What I also need to do is I need to venture a little bit further from here and find another cave. Because I really want... But by the time I go to the Ender Dragon, I want a full set of armor made of diamonds. I mean, don't get me wrong. Depending on how the seed is generated, it's a bit unrealistic, but it really depends. I mean, I have enough diamonds to make diamond sword and pickaxe, which is great. Because it is nice to have those. But at the same time, it would be nice to have a diamond set of armor as well. Although I'm just debating which area to go in. I'd rather not go this way because that's jungle biome. From my own experience, like playing Minecraft, jungle biomes are a bit questionable as it pertains to, like this sort of thing. But as it relates to general stuff, it's fine. Although, with the jungle biome being near, it's not so bad because I could also attempt to farm melon, which, you use for making health potions. So that's also something that could be quite useful, to be fair. But for now, I want to venture this way a bit because I want to see if there is any caves in this direction that I can then use to get some more material. I mean, I've got a solid amount of iron, which is nice. But again, iron and coal are the two resources you can always do with more of. Because the thing is, say if I, like, I don't know, if I perish a bunch of times inside of a cave, I'm then going to have to figure out a way to sort of get more equipment. The issue is, if I don't have any equipment to go from, then it's a bit questionable. Swamp biomes, again, are hit and miss with caves too, so I need to be a bit careful. Ooh, red shroom. I don't think I've had any of those yet, so I'm going to pick those up. I mean, in older versions of Minecraft, you're obviously looking for red shrooms in swamps. I think they're the only biomes they spawn in OG Minecraft versions, I'm pretty sure. Although don't quote me on that, because like in newer Bedrock, you've got the Mushroom Islands, or whatever you want to call it. I just call them Mushrooms. Mushroom Islands. Whether or not that's actually what they're called, I ain't got a clue. But that's what I call them, just because, you know, cow shrooms. Hello. Little island there. Oh, hello. That is some weird generation. Oh, okay. There's a big mushroom on top of that. Interesting. Oh, I can do, though. How about a boat? That's minecart. Do boats exist in this version? I actually don't know if they do. Have a look. Mechanisms. Transport. They do exist. Let's go. Boat. I couldn't remember if they existed in this version. That's kind of dope. I already know about boats. Damn, it's a bit slower in this version, though. Wait, what the heck? Why did my boat collapse? I'm so confused. What happened to my boat? What? Why did my boat break? What the heck? Okay, I didn't do anything. What? I'm so confused. What the heck happened to my boat? Am I missing something here? Yo, why is this thing such a pain in the butt to turn? Okay, boats in this version of Minecraft, not the funnest things to use, I gotta admit. Wait, I hit a lily pad and it broke. Are we kidding? Oh, a mushroom cow. They do exist in this version. I forgot about that. Yeah, this is a mushroom island. I was literally talking about this, like, not 2 minutes ago. Mad. Okay. Found it out. So basically, mushrooms are just the same as normal cows. The only difference is they have mushrooms growing on them. That's basically it. They're the same thing. Odds are I'm not finding a cave on this island because it just looks too small, but we shall see. Some coal, but I don't need that right now. I'm more looking for any kind of cave entrance, but it doesn't appear there is one. I mean, not from what I can see here anyway. Well, this is actually not too far from the main island, to be fair. Although, I will say this much, PS3 version, the render distance is awful, so it doesn't actually surprise me that I've not been able to see that. How far up does this waterfall go? Might be enough to get me onto that block. Ah, it might be one block too short. Yeah, it is. Hang on, I have an idea. Aha! Out! Right, hang on, this can work. This can work. Because then, if I get onto this, I just need to plant. And, oh, no. Underneath. There we go. I don't want to stop the water source. Okay. That's going to spread the water further. And then all I have to do is put a block there. There we go. Lost a bit of wood, but what are you going to do? Hey, hello, mushroom cow. Goodbye. I didn't drop anything. Rip. Well, I'm now king of the very small hill, although, again, does nothing, so... Basically speaking, this island has been a bit of a bust. There is generally nothing here. Cool. Okay. Oop. Did that actually drop nothing? Oh, no, it did. Huh. Apparently, the render distance on PS3 version is that bad, it didn't actually look like it rendered anything. Okay. Is that turtle? Turtle! Woo, turtle! Do, 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 do. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. So great. Not only is there a friggin' Enderman, but there's also a creeper right there. Yeah, I can see why that turtle's in the distance. Multiple spiders there. I didn't look at you, Enderman. Like, don't give me that nonsense. I didn't even look at the guy. Like, leave me alone. Oh, is that the ravine? Oh, yes, it is. I forgot about that part. Well, good job I ran round. I know exactly where I'm going, at least. Right, okay. I think what I'm going to do in the next day, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run to the village. I want to see if there is a library there. I don't think there is. But again, there could be something, so... To be fair, one of the reasons I built my base here is because there's a village not far from. But I don't remember if there is a library. I just don't think there is. So, there could be, but it's unlikely. One thing as well is I don't want to lose my level, so I don't particularly want to die. Goodbye, creeper. You are not blowing up my bridge today. Let's go! Yay! Right. Most of this is ready, but some of it isn't, so I'll leave it for now. I've got enough wheat for the time being anyway, so it kind of is what it is. Again, let's go breed some cows. The sugarcane ain't going to be ready yet anyway. But today's mission is going to be go to the village and see if I've got enough time to extend my cow pen. If I've got enough time, great. If not, that can wait till another day cycle anyway. Hey, hey. Come on. Come on, Moo-Moos. Get back in there, Moo-Moos. Alright, there we go. So what's that for now? The sugarcane's not going to be ready yet, so that's fine. Although pretty soon, that cow pen is going to get extremely crowded, so I'm going to have to do something about that eventually. But for the time being, it's absolutely fine. Hey, Jesse, how's it going? You okay? Alright, you can get back in there. To be fair, it's always nice to keep a crafting table on me, which is good. I'm going to quickly turn this into planks because I'm going to need to be fair. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Are you okay? Like, you've been up to much today? I'm just that in there for now. That gives me more than enough. I've got a stack, so that's good. That's going to give me a good amount, so I'll take it. Ah. How on earth did you reach through and open the other gate? What? No, fair enough. You not got any plans to do anything, play anything, watch anything? Wait, where's my food? That's there, that's fine. And I've got some meat on me that I can use if necessary, which is good. Okay. Let's go to the village and see if there is anything of any substance. Oh, what's that? I mean, I know what Fortnite is, but what slot? Oh, fair enough. What's your favorite game mode on Fortnite? No, it's all good. Trust me, I know how much of a pain autocorrect can be. I work in a phone shop. I know exactly how much of a pain autocorrect can be. Right. My question is there a thingy in here? As I get some more water whilst I'm here. I don't think there is. Because if there what? Are we kidding? That person is an extreme idiot. Someone's just, I live right next to a main road. Someone's gone down it at stupid high speed, which makes no sense because there's a roundabout one end and there's a roundabout on another. So you can speed up for about all of 10 seconds. The point of it, I do not know. Some people are just idiots. Villages, hello. These houses have been in. If there was books, I'd have taken them. Yeah, I get the feeling that there isn't. At least not in this village. I've been in this house, so I'm assuming no, but again, we don't know for sure. Move out my way. Dude, get out the way. My God. Yeah, nothing. I don't even remember there being any chests in any of these houses, which is slightly annoying, but kind of is what it is. There is a cave entrance there, though. Either I've just not seen it or I've willingly gone past it. I would assume it's probably the former. Because typically if there's a cave entrance, if I'm geared, I will go into it. Oh, it's not even much of a cave. That's just a little underground opening. I'll quickly check it, but... Oh, it leads to a cave I've already been in. Okay, that makes sense. I've left that coal there for a reason. I think it's just because in case I need it later, so that's fine. I do have a tendency to do that. I will do that on occasion. I'll leave coal in somewhere just in case I do need to go and find it. Ah, looks like there's a cave entrance there, which is actually quite nice. I don't want to venture too far, though. I want to keep an eye on everything, because I want to make sure, one, I have quick enough access to get back to my base. Two, I want to make sure that I don't die, so... I also have another pickaxe on me, so I'm not going to run out immediately, which is good. Although, whilst I am here, I could search for some melons, because they grow in jungle biomes, so it would be nice to actually get some, start a farm for them too. Oh, this isn't even a cave. It's just like a little thingy. That's a little jitty. All right, cool. Have a look. If I can find some melons. If I can, great. Like, health potions, whilst they're not essential, you don't technically need them. They are good to use because if you don't have them, especially in a late game area like the End Dragon, you then have to rely on auto healing, which you only get from having high hunger. So, I mean, or sorry, low hunger, rather. Works in reverse, so. And you can do that, but the issue is, if the Ender Dragon gets a good shot, you're kind of doomed. So, it'd be nice to have a couple of health potions. To be fair, though, if I'm growing enough melon's actually one of those foods that's not bad to have, because you can carry loads of it, and you can quick eat it. But again, that's if I can find any. Just because they grow in jungle biomes does not mean I will come across any. It's kind of annoying, but if it was guaranteed, it'd be nice, but I can understand why it's not, because, again, random generation. Kind of par for the course. Sort of take what you get given kind of thing. It's kind of the same thing with stuff like roguelike games as well. So games like Enter the Gungeon, Gunfire Reborn, stuff like that. Like, you basically sort of just take what you get each round and then sort of go with it. Like, there is strategy to it, but you have to go based upon what you have or what you get. Not so much. You can't really plan for the future that much. It works the same sort of way as those sort of things. Like, just sort of use what you got. Which is fine. I mean, games like Minecraft, fortunately, there are usually ways around everything. Like, if you don't have this, you can always get this. But to make a potion of healing, I need melon. And so far, I have found none, so... But to be fair, this biome looks like it stretches for a while, so... There is potential for me to find some. Which, like I said, would be very nice. I do like having a health potion or two, I'm not going to lie. Why is there just random wheat seeds? Again, not like I need them. will say this much as well about Minecraft. It's one of the things I love about the game, considering how old the game is. Like, even on obviously... What in the hey? Anyway. Even though, of course, this is an older version, a lot of the stuff I remember from the more modern version is still applicable here. So, like, for example, you know, the easiest food in the game to get in massive amounts of quantity is bread. Like, as long as you can find wheat, you're good. You can just make an absolute crap ton of bread if you want, and then you, of course, can venture out into other foods later once you've got the material for them, which is great. And that still applies even on, like, modern Bedrock. Like, I can play on the latest update and start a world and know, okay, first thing I want, wheat. What do we need to find? A village, with any luck. Well, to be fair, I seem to have a more than moderate amount of looks, either starting near villages or finding them quite easily. Like, typically, I'm playing a survival world with friends or my girlfriend or something. I'll typically find something extremely fast. Hey, Black Tar, how's it going, bro? You okay? What the hey? That's a ravine. Oh, God. Okay, well, I found a ravine. I'm not going into that until I've got a bit more food, because I don't have a ton on me. But so far, I've had absolutely no luck finding melon, which is a little bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But I have somewhat an approximate location on a ravine, so that's kind of nice. Might going to explore that soon. Playing some Star Wars and... Oh, what happened? And how far are you through Star Wars? Also, how do you like my new YouTube vertical layout? The whole game is now visible, even when I'm playing a HD game. So I have tidied up my shorts layout and made it so that everyone on any platform can see my game in full HD. And I don't want people to go over to Twitch to see it in full screen. I do, but, like, people kept asking. So at this point, I'm just like, it is what it is. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, do you know which planet you're on? Ah, crap. Ah, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Welp. Let me peace. Let me peace. Thank you. I'm good. Didn't mean to do that. Run. Oh my God. Yeah. I think my base is this way. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know that. My base is this way. I came this way to get cows. Doing a lot of extra stuff on Cogbo, I think. Next story quest is Planet Cordova. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you are about halfway through then. I've only played through Jedi Survivor once, so... No, I think I know where you are. Hey, Alex. Thank you, I appreciate that. How's it going? I'm so glad I'm near my base. I should have left with more food, but it is what it is. I can go back there, though, in the next day and go to a ravine, which is quite nice. Give me something to do for a bit. Yeah. What's your go-to lightsaber form? Is it just single blade, dual singles? Is it double blade? Is it... What's your go-to? Oh, nasty. What you sick with? Right, okay. Nope. I need to go to there. Bread. Sweet. Oh, fair enough. How's your winter break been so far? What between crossguard or blasters? Okay, interesting. And how are you finding it to play through with that sort of style? So with me, I usually run through with just a double-bladed lightsaber. Just because I just think it's the coolest. Ever since I saw Phantom Menace as a kid, I always wanted to run through a Star Wars game with a double-bladed lightsaber. Ah! That's not good. Crap. Oh, you absolute butt munch. That's lame. And it blew apart my fence. I'm not a happy bunny right now. Crap, dude. Fine. It blew up my door. Excellent. Luckily, what I've done is I've just placed torches down there. So what that's going to do is it's going to lighten up underneath so that no enemies can spawn there and I don't have to fully fill it. I can just do this and then this. Nope. There we go. And of course, I now need to fix my fence. Fortunately, it shouldn't be too difficult to do. Love the parry on dual blade and the delayed combo it has with the blaster. I love the dead eye you get from it. Crossguard is just so cool because it... True, yeah. I mean, Crossguard's one of those things that was introduced in the sequel trilogy, which, to be fair, is one of the only good things they did. Hey, new gamer. Been a while. You been alright? Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. I need to grab some more fences. Do I have any more made? I think I do. Fence gate, I've got enough. That's fine then. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Don't know what that's from, but it's fine. Oh, no, I know what that is. It's to prevent... There we go. I leave that down to viewers, Alex. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, make any difference to me. If people want to, it's up to you. Never, ever been a requirement for my streams. This is good enough to harvest. Sweet. I'd say about 90% of it's ready, so we take it. But thanks for the offer. I do appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie. It's been so long since I last used a PS3 controller. Oh my god. It is awkward to get used to again. You wouldn't think it is, but to be fair, the sticks are so different to modern controls. Like, it really does make a difference. Anyone in the chat used a PS3 controller recently? You might understand what I'm getting at if you have. Because, I mean, primarily my main console itself is Xbox Series, but obviously I still play PS5, I play PS4 and stuff. So I use their controllers pretty frequently. And, like, swapping from Xbox to PlayStation or back and forth, whatever, I'm normally quite alright with because I've played PlayStation and everything for years. But PS3 controllers just feel really weird. They feel different to any other kind of modern controller. It feels a bit off. Like, it's fine, but it just feels off. Not recently, but it was my primary console. It was mine too. So, like, from, what 2009 up till, like, 2013, it was my primary console. It only stopped being my primary console when I got a PS4. But even then, at that point, I still played it pretty religiously. Like, I played PS3 a lot. It wasn't something that I just put down as soon as I got a PS4, because a lot of the games I played on PS3 never came out or got ports or anything on PS4. So because of that, I was still, like, quite heavily invested in PS3, especially for certain games. Hell, one of my favorite PS3 games of all time is a game called White Knight Chronicles 2. Most people wouldn't know it. It was a very, very obscure game that most people just didn't know. But, oh my god, was it good. Of course, it soon stopped being good because they shut down the servers for it, but I get why. There was a lot of cheaters on there, to be fair. So I do get why they did it. Still, though, doesn't stop it from being annoying. Although I will say, that's probably one of the most amount of hours I've ever clocked in a game. Like, I easily clocked 3k hours in that game in a year. It was stupid. I played that game way too much. Because back then, I had massive insomnia issues, so I didn't sleep very much. I would sleep like an hour, maybe 2 a night. That's it. God, I couldn't do that now, but I used to sleep for literally an hour or 2. Hey! Get back in there. Jesus Christ. It's Attack of the Cows, man. Get in the friggin' pen. What are they doing? Get in the pen. Man, my cows are having a spaz attack. What's going on? Jesus Christ. Alright. Apparently my cows just wanted to go on a complete mad one. Sure, I guess. That's quite original. Okay, we've got 20 torches. I could probably do make a few more of those. I'm going to quickly put my beef in the furnace, cook that. Gives me some extra food to have on me, which is nice. I've got bread anyway. Mooshwitz, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Bloody hell, Black Tar. Woo! That's a monk-ass thing to say. Woo! Right, I've got 10 loaves of bread on me, which is fine. So, I'm going to run back to that ravine. That should be enough food for me for a while. Oh, wait, no, before I do that. Because it's a ravine, it probably has inner chambers. I mean, maybe. I'm going to make some more torches quick, just to make sure I've got enough, because 20 is just not enough. I know it ain't. And to be fair, I've got more than enough coal to do so I might as well. The thing is, in this version of the game, like, you don't need coal as much as you do in Bedrock. You still need it, but you don't need it as much, which is quite nice, because it gives me more to work with. Hey, Max Minnick, how's it going? You alright? Right, I remember the approximate position of that thing. So that's where my base is on the map. Noted. Yeah, not too bad. A bit tired. I had a very long day at work today, but other than that, I'm good. You doing much? To be fair, I had a decent long shift today. I worked from 10 AM till 6:30 PM, so decently long day. Thankfully, tomorrow I'm on a short shift. I'm only working 11 till 5, which is quite nice. Then I'm down my girlfriend's parents for a games night we normally hold near Christmas, but because of... Oh, fair. I haven't played a PSP in ages. What have you been playing on it? Also, what model of PSP? Is it just the standard one, the 1000, 2000, 3000, the PSP Go? Already turning night. That ain't good. Nice. So it's one of the updated models. Is that one of the models that has the component outset, so you can plug it into a TV if you want? I can't remember if that's one of the models that does. I know that the PSP 2000 does. Yeah, that's cool then. I actually want to get a PSP 2000 or 3000 at some point so I can do some content on it. Because there's a few games that were PSP exclusives that I really want to play on stream, but I don't like to emulate as much as I can. It's like this. I'm playing this on a PS3. I'm not emulating on like PS3 emulator or anything. I try not to as much as I can. No, but they're somewhat relatively simple to buy. You can get them off Amazon. Like, third-party ones work just as well as the official, so you can just get those off of Amazon. So, you've got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force games. They're ones I'd love to do some content on, because I haven't played those in years. You've got stuff like Dissidia Duodecim, which is Dissidia Final Fantasy. I'd love to play that. I'd love to play through the original Crisis Core, because I love the original. I love the remake as well, but the original is just nostalgia for me. So you've got that. Oh god. Now we're going into it. A few other games that I can't think of off the top of my head. You've got stuff like, oh, what's it called? I thought of the title for a second there, and I can't remember it. It's I think I've played that one. What's it about, Blacktar? Do you know, it's in my head, and for the life of me, I can't remember. It's in the Tales series. That's one. There's a game I'm thinking of, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called now. Okay, that's now going to bug me. It was literally on the tip of my tongue, and now I can't remember what it's called. Like, don't you just hate it when you're thinking of something and then just forget, like, out of nowhere? Because you get distracted by something in game. Oh my god. I've never actually played through too many of the Persona games. I've played a couple of them. I've played a bit of the original. I've played a bit of it. Is it Persona 4 Golden, I think I've played a bit of? I've never actually delved too deep in the Persona games. Well, I keep being told to, because apparently they are really good. I've just never actually delved too deep into them. Oh, crap. Luckily, we're in water. Thanks for the lift. I'll beat him up with a Grim Reaper. I also used to play this one called Deadhead Fred. Played as a dude who could swap heads for different attacks. Oh, that sounds a lot like, if you played the recent game called Skull, it's like the same sort of thing. You get different heads, and because of that, you get different, like, weapons or abilities. It's basically the same sort of thing. I don't even know if they're linked together. They could be by the same developer, if I'm being honest, because they sound very similar. But in that game, it's a similar sort of thing. So you can swap your head for different heads and then get different weapons and stuff. Persona 1 plus 2 are hard to play if you're new to the series. Persona 5 Royal I would recommend for new players. But wouldn't you miss the story, or is it just not that connected? Because that's the thing. I don't know how those games connect up, so it's a bit difficult to obviously just be like, you know, oh yeah, sure, I'll play it, because, you know. Thing is, if I'm playing a game that's heavily story-driven, which I know Persona is, I'm going to want to know the story up to that point. So it depends on how it does it. Oh, right, so the stories aren't directly connected then. That's not too bad then. So yeah, technically speaking, I can play any of... Do any of the games directly connect? Or are they all like that? Okay, I have no idea where this ravine is. I saw it and I lost it. Crap. They keep popping off. What? If you need to, you need to, Bab. We should have enough money to do so. But you okay? Okay, for the life of me, I cannot find this ravine, and that's an issue because... So 1 and 2 have recurring characters, but then I assume just the rest of the games either don't, or, again, there's just no direct connection. Okie dokie, Bab, no worries. Like, if we need the money too, we need the money too. Is what it is. Okay. That's not too bad then. Because the thing is, if I'm playing a game that's heavily story-driven and the story's decent, no, Bab, it's fine. You don't have to justify it to me. What was I saying? Yeah, if I'm playing a game that's heavily story-driven, I want to be able to actually get into the story. For me, there's nothing worse than getting into a heavily story-driven game and then just not liking the story, or at least not liking it enough. Like, so put it like this. So one of my favorite games to play is Warframe. Now, there's a lot of lore and a lot of story to the game, but it's one of those games where I just don't care for it. I'm there for the gameplay and pretty much nothing else. Like, I understand that a lot of people enjoy the lore or anything behind it. I don't. Like, because it's one of those games where more and more lore and more stories always being added, I don't get invested because for me, it's difficult to keep up with. Especially considering that game's been running for like 13 years. So over the course of that amount of time, because it gets frequent updates, it literally gets more and more story being added every couple of months. So, like, probably can imagine there's a lot of story by this point. There it is. Wait, no, this isn't it. This is a different ravine. What the hell? Why is this world covered in ravines? Okay. Wow. Wait, are you talking for full completion, or is that literally just to play through the story? Jeez Louise, that's long. I know it's a JRPG series, but that is long. Damn, dude. So basically, if I'm playing through the story, it's going to take a while. Yeah, I have a full-time job. So yeah, that's definitely going to be one of those dealies where it takes a while for me to do. It's one of the reasons at the minute I'm not committing to too many long games, because I just genuinely don't have the time to play them. Like, the only long game I'm playing at the minute is Final Fantasy 16. And that's because this is my first playthrough. But even so, I'm not that far in. I've played it for about 10 hours. I'm not that far in at all. Well, no, but hopefully at some point I'm sure you will be. Ah, crap. There's my water. Nice. Actually built onto another water source. That's kind of mad. Wait, what the hell? Holy moly. That's cool, Black Tar. Catch you later, bro. Have a good one. Thanks for popping by, as always. Final Fantasy, what game would you recommend to start? That's tough because there's so many at this point. It really depends on a couple of factors. So, like, for example, do you prefer turn-based combat or action-based combat? Do you want a game that's got more story elements, or do you want a game that's more prime action? Like, it really depends on a few different things. Because nowadays you can base like Final Fantasy in so many different categories. It's insane. Ooh, gold. So, a couple of the games I'd recommend playing for story. So you've got Final Fantasy VII's up there. The story in Final Fantasy VII is fantastic. Albeit it's not my favorite in the series, but it is good for it. Final Fantasy IX is also quite good for the story, as is Final Fantasy X. So I'd say any of those three, but if you want a recommendation for any of those three, I'd recommend Final Fantasy X. That's one, my favorite in the series, but two, I do think it has the best story out of any Final Fantasy game. If you want a good story, I would highly recommend staying away from Final Fantasy 13. Albeit I have a very bad bias for that game. I hate that game. Final Fantasy 13 is probably my least favorite game of all time. So quite a few factors. One was the hype behind it. It was hyped up to be like this new generational takeover for Final Fantasy because it was the first one on PS3. Like, the story was anticipated to be incredible. It was not. The story was bland as hell. The characters are awful, other than like one or maybe two saving graces, but even then they're not that much of a saving grace because the rest of the characters suck. The music is okay. The graphics aren't even that impressive for the era, if I'm being honest. Like, they're really not. Overall, it's just very, very mid. Also, it's one of those games that for a lot of points is complete bullcrap. For example, so I take it you know what a difficulty curve is in a game, right? So, like, the game starts off maybe easy or mid, and then it slowly but surely gets harder and harder. That's pretty standard for how most games are. I mean, unless you're playing a game like Dark Souls, in which case it's just bullcrap through the entire thing, but it's Dark Souls, so it's excusable. Right? This game does not follow that. So it goes from being stupid easy to stupid difficult for no reason. So I've never actually beaten the game. I got to the 13th boss, pun intended, because it was actually Final Fantasy 13. And it was a boss called Bartandalus. Now, for one, this fight is next to impossible unless you overlevel. Because if you don't overlevel, you get hit with a doom counter that you can't get out of because you'll die before anything happens. So you have no chance of getting out of the stupid thing. And then you have to retry the fight 50 times, hoping to not get hit by that doom counter as early as, you know, you sort of want to. It's just stupid, like. But from what I've been told by friends who have played past that point because they overleveled, the game just doesn't get any better. It just gets worse. Like, the bosses either are just too easy or too difficult. The story just makes no sense. The characters are incredibly annoying. Try 10 then. Is that different? There is. So you've got remasters on PS3, PS4, PC, Xbox. So it really just... I think it's on Switch as well. So you can play Final Fantasy X on pretty much any modern console, which is nice. But at that point, it's down to your own personal preference. Nowadays, I'm pretty sure if you get, like... If you've got it on, like, let's say PS4 or whatever, I'm pretty sure pre-owned you can get it at a decent price. Like I said, in that sense, it's most definitely worth it because also those versions come with 10-2 as well, which is another game in of itself. Good game. It's not as good as 10, but it's decent. Albeit it's very different to 10. Yeah, it's on PC. Which country are you in, out of curiosity? Just so I can try and give you sort of a money value based on roughly what I think it usually costs. Oh, you're in the UK. So you can literally probably get it for... If you look on a website like CD Keys or G2A or something, you could probably get it for about £10. Maybe even less, to be fair. Like, usually it's that price. The only time it goes up any higher is either for one of two reasons. Either because there's just not enough keys because people keep buying them, or if, for example, there's a sale on another website, the key prices usually go up a bit higher. Just because they're not going to sell anyway, so they might as well try and make some extra money. But to be fair, that's pretty typical for any sort of key selling website anyway. Tell you what, if you give me a moment to quickly get somewhere safe, I'll quickly take a look. I'm hoping to book in Monday with the mobile last thing. Yeah, that's fine, Bab. What the? Oh, right. I thought I'd sorted that. That's fine. I'm just quickly build into a cave wall. There we go. Let me have a quick look for you. I'm also going to turn my camera off for a minute just whilst I do this, because I'm going to also quickly grab a drink, which is on the other side of the room. And personally, I don't think you guys want to see me in just my boxers. So, I'm going to go off for a minute. So, I've played Portal 1. I've played Half-Life 1 and 2. I've played Left 4 Dead way back in the day on on Xbox 360. I tried again on PC, but the PC version, I just couldn't get the hang of it, like, control-wise. Because the controls definitely just weren't good. CD keys. Let's have a look. If I go on G2A, English, Great British Pound, perfect. So, on G2A, you can get Final Fantasy X and X-2 PC Remaster for £10.51. That's on there. And then... Oh, they changed the name of it to Loaded. It was CD keys. Final Fantasy X and X-2, £8.79 on CD keys. So, you can get it for less than £10. So a decently cheap game that you can pick up that's worth that price. It's worth 10 quid. That's for damn sure. It's such a good game. And depending on how quickly you play through it as well, it's a decently long game too. Like, a playthrough, if you look around, collect everything, beat every side quest, and do every boss, you're easily looking at a 100-hour playthrough top, like, at minimum, if you do all of that stuff. Like, if you enjoy a game where you can look around for a while and then just take it all in, sort of find loot, do side quests, that sort of thing, you can easily spend 100 hours in that game. I'm planning on doing a Final Fantasy X playthrough on YouTube at some point because, oh, crap. I'll have a look tomorrow. What time do you normally stream? So, on days where I do stream, I'm typically on any time after 5 p.m, but before 10 p.m. because of work. I'm not streaming tomorrow because I'm out, but I will be back on Monday. What time am I working Monday? I think I'm on an early, so I think I'm on like 10 till 4 or something. I'm only on a short shift on Monday, so let me take a look. Quickly, I'll be able to tell you, if you can hang around for another minute or so. I can give you sort of rough estimation when I'll be live. Oh wait, I'm not at work Monday. What am I doing? I'm not even in on Monday. So I'll probably be streaming around 5 p.m, 6 p.m. time. Oh yeah, crap. Give me a second, I'll turn that back on. But yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming around about 5 or 6 p.m. on Monday. That's my bad. I forgot to turn it back on. Oh, crap. No, I know I'm booking into stream Monday. I just don't know around about the time. It'll probably be around my usual time, which is like 5, 6 p.m, something like that. On days where I don't work and I do stream, it's usually around 5, 6 p.m. Roughly. I need to make sure I'm safe for a minute so I can turn my bloody cameras back on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so something about there. So it'll be roughly like 5 to 7 p.m. or like 6 to 8 p.m. Typically, I like to do 6 to 8 p.m. purely because it's a nice, even time for a lot of people. Because, like, a lot of my general viewers that normally come in are in America, so it's difficult to stream earlier because they can't watch. Ironically, a lot of my normal viewers are in the Eastern time zone, so it's like they're about 5 or 6 hours behind us. I don't like the look of that. That as well, because I'm not falling in. Oh boy. Okay. Don't think I'm going to bother with that, I don't think, because that's just going to be too much hassle. Although I'm at lava level, I've not seen a single diamond, which is a little bit unfortunate. I do catch point crow every so often. What sort of stuff are you into streaming-wise? I can tell you if I do it, because there's a good chance I probably do. I'm running out of torches. I like watching point crow, small ant, linkus. All streamers I enjoy watching. Ah, crap! That's a thingy. Ah, crap! Oh! That's a mine shaft. Oh, no. I am not geared up for this. Oh, no. Right. I'm going to do myself a favor. It's probably stupid, but I'm going to dig up because if I can build a monument, I can find my location. Where am I on the map? Okay, I'm actually not too far from my base. But if I note down these coordinates, I can get back to it once I get to the top. I don't watch much streams anymore. I only watch you. Could you pop up on my shorts? Oh, thank you. Which videos of mine have you seen out of curiosity? Oh, sweet. Iron on my way up. Nice. That doesn't happen too often. Need to get the heck out of here, because... Jeez Louise. Please tell me it's daytime out there. Okay, dirt, that's good. I'm near the top. Oh, yeah. Have you seen all the videos up to this point? How many have you seen? That's actually been a really fun series to make. Albeit not without its bloody technical issues. It's been, like, a technical hellhole. But other than that, it's been fun. So, at least at the time of this stream, I've gotten to Forest Temple. And that area's been fun, although I had ran into a bit of a problem in one of the episodes, so... That was fun and interesting. I will say this much, that's probably one of the funnest mods I've played. Right, what are my coordinates? Right, I'm going to dig up, I'm going to build up a bit more. Just to sort of have a landmark to go from when I get back. Perfect. So. Ooh. 112, 75, negative 112. I've got this on screen anyway, so what I'm probably going to quickly do, actually, is grab a... Nope. Ah, crap. Oh, wait. Flipping tool. There we go. I've got that saved. Wicked. I can find my way back there, which is cool. And I want to go that way. Ish. That way, ish, takes me back to my base. Oh, that's where I went in. Lol. So I've played, I think it's the original Phoenix Wright on DS. I think it's the original one. Although, to be fair, I couldn't tell you which one's the first one. I've played one of them on the DS, but this was years ago. Oh, it's the first one, GBA. So I've played one of them on the DS. I think it's Ace Attorney I've played on the DS, I think. Once I get back to my base, let me quickly Google the box art. I'll be able to tell you exactly which one it was. So remember the box art, because the box art was really cool. But off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you which one title-wise I've played, because I know there's a few in the series. I didn't even know it started on the GBA. I thought it started on DS. What in the heck? It might have been. I'm not too sure. Let me go back to my base and I'll be able to quickly look up a thing. I'm near anyway. I'm not too far from. Got a lot of cows, which is excellent. In the next day cycle, I do need to sort that out, though, because holy crap, if I got a bit too many. Whew. Right, okay. That's my beef finished. Excellent. I've got a bunch of iron that I need to smelt, so that's good. Let me have a quick look. You'll be able to find the title for it. That's the one. Ace Attorney Justice for All is the one I've played. I thought it had like a really nice anime style box art. That's why I remember it. To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you much about it because I just don't remember it. I remember playing it as a teenager, but again, that was quite a few years ago now. The thing is, like, if I don't play a game for so long, unless it was extremely memorable, I just have a hard time remembering it. Again, it's another series I can look at in the in the future. I was reading your next message. It's something I can look at doing in the future. It's just not something I've got any immediate plans to do. Pop that there. Pop dirt in. We've got arrows, which I'm going to keep in there. Bucket, which I'm going to keep inside my invent. Cobblestone that I'm going to stick inside my inventory because it's always useful to have it. Trees can go in here. Sweet. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. What? Sweet, but that's going to be a good amount more iron. How's my armor looking? Actually decent, so I don't even need to change my armor yet, which is nice. All right. But I am going to peace out here for tonight. It was a short stream, but hopefully I can crack out another one on Monday. I will see you guys then. If you want to see more like this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notifications. Don't forget to join me on my socials. Those are linked down below. Don't forget you can also support the channel further by becoming a channel member from as little as 99 pence per month. If you're watching this on Twitch, don't forget to follow. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later, Max Mimic.